Hi everybody, welcome to the Coffee Milk Hour. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? My weekend was pretty good. I'm dealing with a really... Get the fuck away from me! My co-host is being an asshole. I'm Puffy.
I'm Jerry.
Welcome to the show. Hope everybody had a great weekend. What are you doing?
What?
Why you look like you're molesting your mic.
No.
We should invest in new equipment.
We should get new equipment.
I agree.
I've heard that your equipment's quite small.
That is not true. I will prove it right now.
That's just what I've heard.
Turn on the video camera.
From all the theoretical people that you've not slept with.
From all the theoretical people I've not slept with? You're very grumpy today. Sorry the show's late today, guys. Our co-host, or my co-host here, happens to be grumpy and tired. So, we're a little behind schedule. But we promised a Monday show, and here it is. What are we talking about today? I don't know.
Aliens.
God damn it.
Where do they come from? Why did they come visit us?
They didn't.
Did we descend from the alien race?
No.
Why do they abduct us and conduct experiments on all of us?
This is not ancient aliens.
Ghosts!
Why
do they inhabit houses?
Well, they don't inhabit houses.
Why do they inhabit graveyards?
Which one are we going to talk about first?
Both?
We can't talk about both at the same time.
There are plenty of ghosts of aliens on this planet.
No, there are not!
There are millions of alien ghosts. Prove it.
Yes.
My friend fucking Bob.
Your friend Bob. You don't have a single friend named Bob.
That might be true.
That's actually true. We can fact check that right now. I guarantee you. Think about it for a second.
Listen, there are plenty of alien ghosts in the universe, in the multiverse.
Yes, there is a multiverse, by the way. If you don't think that's true, you're wrong. But okay, fine. Let's talk about
There is a multiverse?
There are many multiverses.
There are many multiverses? Yes. I think you have a tense issue.
The worlds and galaxies and universes are infinite. Please don't sneeze into the microphone. Fantastic. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So.
Don't speak German to me, though.
Weird. Nicht verstehen?
Whatever that means. It sounds like a sausage.
Dutch?
That also sounds like a sausage.
German. What? Doesn't sound like a sausage at all.
It does.
We're not on topic. Everything is terrible, guys. It's been a long Monday. So we're not going to talk about anything important today. We're going to talk about aliens. We're going to talk about ghosts. We're going to theorize a little bit. Mostly because, there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world right now. Donald Trump is still a fucking retard. Everything he says is stupid as fuck.
Yes. Especially when he's in Scotland.
Elizabeth Warren is the vice presidential candidate for Hillary Clinton. I will give you a moment of silence so you can absorb that because I'm sure you're all shocked and surprised.
Rhode Islanders, in a recent poll, Warren was one of the worst places to live in Rhode Island.
That's actually fair. It's a terrible place, but we're not talking about that today.
Below Central Falls.
Bernie Sanders' supporters are still fucking batshit crazy over him, even though he's all but said he's not doing anything. Everybody,
I don't see any Bernie
supporters
people
are still
anymore.
die hard.
No, they all gave up.
And not enough of you have Googled Gary Johnson, and that disappoints me.
Because he's a loser.
Gary motherfucking Johnson
He's a loser.
Has climbed the tallest mountains and called Donald Trump a pussy.
You know, Michael Phelps swam the fastest swim stuff, but that doesn't make him a hero.
Yes, it does.
No,
he
it
did
doesn't.
It and he smoked weed, and he proved that weed doesn't have fucking adverse effects on the body because he's a fucking Olympic gold medalist, you son of a bitch. Yeah, but that's stupid. It's because of a fucking stigma against weed, which we should do an episode about it.
Clearly, it's a performance-enhancing drug.
Aliens have never come to this planet.
I think aliens have been here from day one.
From day one?
Maybe from before day one.
From before day one.
Yes.
Well, let's think about this. So, what? 400 million BC is the rough starting point of Earth as a planet?
I know. Earth is billions of years old, dude.
Yeah, 400 billion BC.
You said million.
Okay, I meant billion.
And
I apologize.
And I have no idea, to be honest with you.
It's been through several asteroid collisions. It's been through several polar ice cap changes, an ice age. Many terrible things have happened to this planet. Yet you believe that aliens have been here since day one. Since day one of the planet's conception?
The Earth is 4.5 billion years old.
Okay, so I was way off. Wait, no, 4.5
billion.
Yeah, I was right.
It says the moon is 4.53 billion, but the Earth is 4.54 billion. But ancient astronaut theorists believe that the moon may have come from Earth.
Like as a giant rock that split
Like something
off?
Hit Earth and then the moon
splintered off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could buy into that.
Look, Mars is also 4.5 billion years old.
4.503, actually.
4.5.
How do you date these planets?
Huh? People?
What do you mean people?
They're just like, they look up there and they're like, oh, those molecules are like this old.
That's fair.
I don't actually know
I'm not
the
a scientist. I know nothing about this.
I imagine it's mostly just theoretical.
So, what if the Earth is like 10 years old?
Well, I'm 28.
Yeah,
7?
but you could be.
How old am I?
How do we judge
I think
Earth
I'm 28.
years? What if one Earth year is like 40 human years?
No, that's really fucking... Oh, I want to talk about that.
Oh, jeez.
Because the Earth takes a year to go around the sun. That's how we know it's an Earth year, and we're humans and we live on Earth, so it's the same.
That's fair. I don't have an argument for that. Let's talk about aliens, man.
Before we talk about aliens,
Son
though,
of a bitch.
just so we don't get off topic, have you considered, right? Because I think about this the other day. I'm a human, and I live like 70-something years.
Ish, on average.
Ish, right?
Sure.
But, like, how long do flies live? Like 28
hours.
days.
24 hours.
Well, the house fly is like 28 days, but different types of flies. Some are short. Some live like a day. And then I thought, do small things like insects, do they perceive time differently than us? So does that 28-day-old fly, does he felt like he's lived 80 years?
Well, I mean, that's like dogs, right? Dogs average lifespan of a dog is anywhere from 12 to 16 years.
But do you feel like they feel 80 years old, or do you feel like they feel 16? And
No,
like,
I feel
man,
like
I'm really
time.
old, I'm 16.
I feel like time in their consciousness shifts a lot slower, which is why they freak out every time. Like if you go to the store and come back,
so when I leave the house and go to work, I'm gone for like 3
days.
months.
Yeah, or some shit like that. It's not actually, so everybody thinks like dog years is like 7 years for a human or 1 year for a human is 7 years for a dog. It's actually not that long.
So that means like dogs only really like poop once every 3.5 days.
That's actually pretty cool.
In dog time.
Well, yeah, you got to think about naps and shit too. Like time has got to go differently for creatures and like animals.
You think so?
I absolutely have to believe that. Because like if you're only here 16 years and time is moving the same as you, like that sucks, man. But no, I think it's stretched out based on something with the brain.
I learned the other day that your common black ant can live up for 15 years, and that fucking blew my mind. Like, you're fucking tiny. How do you even survive? Like raindrops.
Because they have an exoskeleton.
Yeah,
The
but I
exoskeleton
can
is
smush
super
them really
strong.
easy. Like, it doesn't even take a lot.
That's because of force. That's simple.
Like, if a tree branch fell, it would take out several ants.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're fucking gone.
If ants were 10 times the size that they currently are, like the standard black ant,
Yeah.
it would walk, not run. It would walk at 52
So, like,
miles
this
per
big?
hour. No, well, yeah.
I'm making
10
like
times the size that they are, or 10 times the size.
I'm making
of
like a
us?
3-inch thing with my hand.
I fucked up. I don't remember if ants were 10 times,
But who cares? They're not 10 times bigger.
but they could be.
Like, if I were 10
Science.
times bigger, I'd walk really fucking fast too. I'd have huge legs.
Yes, you'd have a very long stride, and I think
I would have a long stride. I would be a giant, like 1-1. 1-1?
1-1?
1-1. Game of Thrones, guys.
We can't talk about it.
We're not going to talk about it, but oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god, Game of Thrones, best season ever.
Best
ever.
72 minutes.
Best
in
last 2
television
episodes
history.
ever. No, episode 9 was better.
I disagree.
I think episode 9 is their crowning jewel of all Game of Thrones
Like their
episodes.
magnum opus.
Yes.
That's fair. We're going to talk about Game of Thrones probably later this week.
We're going to have a
Just,
recap episode at some point of the season when we feel like most people have caught up, and then if you've taken that long to catch up, we don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that I think it's safe to say that we can agree here. Anybody who doesn't watch it on Sunday is a heathen.
I mean, if you can't get HBO, I get it. And if you're just waiting to like stream it like the next day, but that's it. Monday and Tuesday, that's your deadline. If you have not seen the latest episode by Wednesday, go fuck yourself, because currently it is the greatest show on television, and you have a cultural obligation to watch.
You have a cultural obligation
I think
to watch.
so. I do. I feel like this is... HBO is revolutionizing the way we watch TV.
Fantastic. This episode has devolved quickly.
It has devolved. Aliens. So the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Humans have been around a far shorter time than that. Far shorter. I think we're in the tens of thousands. I think we're in the hundreds of thousands of years for humans. So I think Earth has only been really inhabitable in the last billion or so years.
200,000 years humans have been on Earth.
Right. And how long has life been?
Our ancestors have been around for about 6 million years, but the modern form of humans only evolved about 200,000 years ago.
Right.
Civilization as we know it currently is only about 6,000 years old, and industrialization started in the earnest only in the 1800s.
Right. Okay. So you have 4.5 billion years. A lot of that time is like formative. Let's say, and just because I'm not going to look up the numbers, let's say, out of the 4 billion years, Earth was habitable to life like for a billion years, right? And then humans came around in the last 200,000 years. I feel like there's more than enough time for like a full reset in that time. So like, okay, a billion years ago, there's like human life or whatever, close to human life, and they live for, 200,000-300,000 years, and then they wipe themselves out with a fucking nuke, and then all life goes away, and then, some more time goes by, and 500,000 years later, here we are again.
I found an interesting thing I'd like to read here.
Oh, okay.
There was a question that was posed, and it basically says, if the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, and humans have only been around for a few 100,000 years, how do we know there have not been many more civilizations and species before us?
Yes.
And they're talking about technologically advanced species. 13.7 billion years is a long time, et cetera, et cetera. A gentleman named Dan Holliday, I don't know who he is or what he does, but apparently he's the most viewed writer in human evolution when it comes to this website specifically.
Fuck you, Darwin.
Wow. It says that we do not know for a fact that no other intelligent civilizations existed, but we do know that it's highly unlikely. The age of the Earth is something like 4.5 billion years old. Now, life hasn't been on this planet for all 4.5 billion years. When we look at the timeline of evolutionary history of life on Earth, we see how the odds are way against another intelligent being. For the first 900 million years, there is little evidence of any life on the planet.
Let's call it a billion, okay.
When life finally arrived, it remained in what we would call a basic and primitive state until just about 1 billion years ago.
Oh, look at that, man.
So,
right on.
So that means that for the vast majority of the history of life on the planet, it was just simple stuff incapable of being intelligent, bacteria and whatnot. Until just under 500 million years ago, it was all aquatic life except some simple plants on the surface. So now you have a benchmark at the 500 million years mark in the past.
You say 500 million years?
500 million years in the past.
Okay, so land life not until 500 million years ago.
Right. No advanced civilization can evolve in the oceans because living underwater means you can't harness fire. Then all we need to do is look on the surface, and for that we only have to look back half
what about
a billion
mermaids?
Years. Mermaids are
they
not...
don't need fire.
Oh, shut up. We'll get there in a second. There's still some issues when you look at the surface 500 million years ago. The nature of life on the surface wasn't conducive to complex societies. Until just 300 million years ago, we see that all animals were tetrapods, 4 legs, and mostly amphibians, laying eggs in the water. That means that we only have the last 300 million years where it's realistic to have a society evolve. And therein lies some nugget of truth. It is possible that a branch of some reptile-like creature could have evolved into something intelligent and built a civilization. Sure, why not? If they did, they didn't leave any evidence in the form of a lizard Justin Bieber or Honey Boo Boo. Thank God. They didn't build a lizard city and drive lizard Corollas and eat at a lizard McDonald's. While it is possible, it's highly improbable, and if they did evolve, I'm afraid we haven't found their history yet. So this guy...
So my math says... My math says that we have been here, we, like humans as we know as ourselves, have only been here 6% of the time of that 3 million years.
Right.
I feel like there's more than a good enough chance for another society to have... If we've been here for 6%, right? But then, like, we take it back, like, the Egyptians were, like, pretty advanced a few thousand years ago. So, like, we know that societies can advance relatively quickly in the scheme of things. So... Let's say that someone was here for like 3% of the time. Well, then they only would have had to be here for like 75,000 years.
True.
Out of the 3 million. And that's just like...
Out of the 3 million that the land was inhabitable and possible for civilization to exist.
Right, now that's just Earth-based life. Now let's say... Okay, so right here it says the Milky Way galaxy is about 13.2 billion years old. But Earth is only 4.53 billion years old. So everything that's happened on Earth has happened in the last 4.5 billion years. But the galaxy has existed
the
for
host has been here for
billion
over
years.
Over triple.
Triple. So let's say one of the first planets, like Earth, develops. They're fucking 8 billion years ahead of us. You're telling me that an alien 8 billion years ago, whatever, couldn't like have flown by and been like, hey, check out that planet. Let's go down there. Let's see what they got.
But what does that have to do with us? It doesn't mean that... See, the biggest thing about aliens with me is a lot of people have evolved from the point of aliens are real, which I can support, to aliens are the direct reason why human beings exist.
I think there's a very small faction of people who think that aliens are the reason people exist. However, My argument would be this: our technology has advanced very quickly. There have been a lot of UFO sightings. With the advent of technology, I feel like that's gone down. But like, if I'm an alien race and I'm like, oh shit, they've got cameras. Oh shit, they've got all this stuff. Aren't you going to either devise ways to go stealth or just go to more remote areas to have a base of operations if like you are operating on this planet?
Okay.
Like, you're way more advanced than we are already. Like, you have a ship that can travel more than likely at or beyond the speed of light.
Sure.
So, like, active camouflage probably isn't, like, that difficult for you.
Why do you need the stealth? If our planet is less than triple the age of the Milky Way galaxy, and let's say aliens did exist in this galaxy, right, at the start of the galaxy.
Do exist.
Okay, sure, do exist. That's fine. We've been around for 200,000 years. You're telling me... So we have been here for 200,000 years. You mean to tell me that the other 13.1 billion years, that society or those aliens haven't evolved to the point where they could come down here and we couldn't do shit to them?
No. Well, I think the premise would be is that humans, we're human, right? And we're relatively infantile in our galactic age, right? So humans have been around for 200,000 years, which is nothing.
Literally nothing.
I mean, I'm not going to do the math, but if you divide 200,000 by 13.21 billion, I think we're talking like a fraction of a percentage that we've been in the universe. So if I'm thinking about human society, I would imagine that like we go from like a very warlike, primitive people to seeking peace, and then after peace, you're supposed to reach like a spiritual, like awakening type deal. And if these other species have kind of gone through that path, then they're not worried about war and violence or whatever. They're like operating at a completely different level that we probably can't comprehend. So if they're coming here, it could very well be to bring knowledge or to spur our own society to get them on their level. Just because we don't understand what their motives might be doesn't mean we'd be like, oh yeah, if they got here, they'd just wipe us out, because that's a very human mindset, I feel. I don't feel like they need to be a warlike, domineering species. They could just want to help or observe, or maybe they did create us, because, let's be honest, if you've been around for 8 billion years, we're fucking with genetics right now. We can create some shit. At some point in human history, we're going to be like, let's go colonize that planet with weird stuff. Like, yeah, it's true. Like,
I'm gonna put a cow sheep on
like,
Mars.
A thousand years from now, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we can totally go to Pluto. Fuck Pluto. We're gonna put all the fucking weird alligator like crossbreeds over there. We're just gonna fly a fucking spaceship of space geckos.
Can we make alligator horses?
Yeah, we can make alligator horses. God. We just fucking splice the genetics until something like stays alive for more than a day, and then we ship it off to Pluto.
Well, because we've been doing that with, we haven't been splicing genetics, but like. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But like, isn't that like the most human idea ever? Like, oh, let's make this fucking crossbreed and let's go throw it over there and we're gonna watch what happens, because we love playing The Sims, right? Right? It's the same thing. The second we can genetically modify animals and like weird creatures, we're gonna be like, all right, minotaurs versus alligator butterflies on Pluto, round 1, go. And we're just gonna fucking videotape that shit. And there are people listening right now that are like, yep, I'd watch that. I'd watch that if that was a TV show, because we would. So like aliens at some point are probably like, oh, monkeys, huh? Let's crossbreed them with this thing and drop them on this planet. And then they're like, oh shit, look at them go. Look at little parasites tear that planet up. Aren't they great?
What do we want to do? Let's check on them in a couple million years.
They're like, let's abduct this guy and go drop him next to those panthers. Like, and this is what aliens do, maybe, right? But people say we know more about space than we know about the ocean. So obviously there's aliens in the oceans, right? Like, what I'm saying is, like, we're so narrow-minded as a species. Like, we think like, oh, what we're doing is the most important, and it's the only way. Like, for some reason we think if aliens come here, like, they're gonna think just like us. And it's like, if the aliens have even been around for 500,000 years more than us,
they're not gonna think like us.
They're not gonna think like us. We're gonna look like fucking this piece of paper, like, and they probably understand us like right away because they're very intelligent. But like, isn't it obvious that like this must have happened?
I don't think it's obvious. I think it's plausible, but I think it's just as
Isn't it-
plausible as a
isn't-
bearded guy in the sky
Is it-
directing what we do.
He does.
Excuse you?
Isn't it?
By the way,
I would not say it's plausible. I would say it's probable. If you just do the math, these numbers are huge. 4.5 billion years for the Earth. Even if we're talking about, what do we say, 300 million years of potential like existence for like
Lizard people.
lizard people?
Like the lizard people of New York.
300 million years? That's insane.
Yeah, that's fair.
Listen, dinosaurs existed and then went extinct. Like I don't know when dinosaurs came around but 65 million years ago they went extinct. 65 million years, and there were lots of dinosaurs, lots of them.
This is slightly off topic, but when you were doing your rant about splicing things and putting them on a planet to see what happens, you reminded me of this. It's like these excerpts of like God when he was making the planet. And it's like him and an angel standing over a map, and he's like, fucking just put water everywhere. And the angel's like, oh, good, they'll probably get thirsty. And God cuts him off, and he's like, make it undrinkable. And I feel like that's what we would do.
Right, because we're assholes. And like, when we play Sims, we're like, how do we kill them? How do we kill this? Light the house on fire.
Dude, that's easy. You always put them in the pool, and then just take up the ladder. And then they drown.
Like, yeah, that's exactly what God did to us. He didn't fucking give us a way off this fucking planet.
That's fair.
We're just stuck here.
You know, theoretical. That's a whole different discussion about like whether or not he exists.
But I think again.
Don't go off topic. I mean, let's keep talking.
No. But again, if an alien civilization exists for, let's say, 500,000 to 1,000,000 years longer than we've been here, isn't it semi-plausible to think that they may have transcended their physical bodies and are just like affecting us like through fucking like the air? Like they're entities all around us, but they like really exist as like intelligent radio waves?
Wait. Now you're suggesting that like it's an electro radio transmission that's like affecting
not
how
a
we do
transmission.
things?
I'm talking about a living creature that exists as like, let's say, in a radio wave that like can fully manipulate everything around it. We're talking about 1,000,000 years of evolution beyond what we imagine. People in 1,000,000 years. I can't even do it.
Well, we're gonna be evolved at that point. We won't look anything.
Are we-
If humans still exist in any
What if we're
capacity,
radio waves in 1,000,000 years?
we won't look the way we look.
No, we're gonna look like fucking radio waves.
We're gonna look like by cornucops.
No, we're gonna be way beyond bio-humanity at that point.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, yeah, because like
It's like 1,000,000 years, dude. I don't know if the galaxy's gonna last another 1,000,000 years.
what? Yes, it is. The sun's gonna
Well,
be
they
around
keep-
for like another 5 billion.
Yeah, but they keep talking about the elastic band effect of the galaxy. I'm not talking about the sun.
Okay, if the sun
universe
is gonna last
constantly-
5 billion, I'm pretty sure the galaxy is
the
gonna take a
sun-
little longer
the
to collapse.
The sun as the star that it is supposedly going to burn for roughly another 5. Would you say billion?
I believe it's 5
5
billion,
billion
years.
years, right?
Yeah.
If we're wrong, whatever, correct us. We're idiots. We're not scientists. We're kind of just shooting at the hip here, off the hip, from the hip, from the hip.
From the hip.
But you know, they always talk about the rubber band effect. Our universe has constantly been expanding since its inception, or however it was, or since the Big Bang, right? The rubber band effect is the theory that eventually it's going to hit its peak and then snap on itself and collapse everything inside of it, and it's basically just going to be one giant implosion. But nobody has a rough time frame of when that would happen. They have hypotheses, but they don't have like factual, like, hey, this is going to happen this time. And then when they do have those things, they're wrong sometimes. Like they were wrong about the polar ice cap shifting. They were like, it's going to cause a snap freeze effect and the world's going to have another ice age. Get inside.
No, do you mean the magnetic pole shift?
Yeah.
It is shifting.
No.
It's just not. It's just
they
not
were
like
saying it was going to be like an instantaneous thing and cause an ice age.
we are going to go through a mini ice age at about 2030 is what they're expecting now.
I'm actually
Thank
very hopeful
God,
for that.
because
Right?
I
This
need some
heat,
fucking
oi!
snow.
I can't
I'm ready
deal
for
with
blizzards.
this.
Bring it on.
Look at this heat. I don't need a jacket in this weather.
Everybody shore up your roofs now because that snow will collapse your roof and you'll die. You want to be prepared.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's worried about
What
the
if-
zombie
what if the
apocalypse.
Ice Age comes-
Winter is coming, bitches.
Oh, winter has come.
Winter has come.
Gross.
Ooh.
So, okay, let's say, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could, look, if aliens exist, and I'm really hopeful that they are, because the only thing more terrifying than the thought that there's other living creatures out there in the galaxies besides us is the fact that there isn't.
If there isn't, then we're just part of some weird fucked up game.
Right, we have to be. You know,
That's all. Yeah,
it's an old saying, and I'm sure somebody's heard it somewhere before. But it goes something along the lines of like the only thing more terrifying than other beings living outside of our universe is the idea that we're the only living beings.
I think we should call this episode "Aliens Part 1" because I haven't even scraped the surface.
We can do another episode later. We can do one. We'll discuss that later. But I did want to say this. If I was an alien society and I looked down at any portion of humanity for all the good that we have, and there is good out there, I hate perpetuating the idea that humanity sucks in general, but, like, there's bad. And if I'm an alien in a spaceship and I'm like, maybe I want to go visit that planet and see what's up with them. No, because all I have to do is watch for one Earth cycle a year and be like, dude, if I land anywhere, they're going to fucking launch rockets at me before I can even get out of the ship.
What are rockets to aliens? Seriously.
You don't, but it's still, it's a sign of aggression, and, like, I wouldn't even want to deal with it. Like, if I'm so advanced beyond the species that I'm trying to, like, help out, that I can't even land my spacecraft without rockets and missiles coming at me, fuck you guys. I'm not showing up. Eat dicks. I literally don't care. I am billions of years advanced beyond you, and whether you survive or not has no bearing on me.
You know that the alien would just land the ship anyway and then walk out and be like, seriously, guys? Seriously?
No, I disagree. I feel like, no. I feel like it's a very human thing to think, and I feel like if we tried to attack them, they would fuck us up.
I don't think so.
Just to prove a point. And I would support them. I would be an alien activist, because we live in a day and age where we would have alien activists.
Yeah, I mean, there should be alien activists. Why would we be against the aliens? We should be worried about making intergalactic coalitions.
I want to have sex with a female alien.
No, you don't.
I want to see if we can reproduce.
Imagine
an
the
alien-human
diseases you would
hybrid.
contract just because they're from somewhere else.
Imagine the diseases she would contract.
That's probably actually more accurate.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. You fucking filthy man.
I don't have any diseases. But I mean, come on, dude. Aliens show up and there's like a hot female alien. You wouldn't test that?
I don't know.
Colonize a human baby in that?
What if it's a fucking amorphous blob?
Then just tell me how to impregnate it. It's for science, Jerry.
Oh my! This is why aliens won't land here.
No,
Jordan.
this is look.
This is the reason why
They're gonna like fucking sexually assault an alien.
You know that
I'm just saying, if an alien comes down and wants to see, hey, what happens when you and I mate? Can we reproduce a new being? I'm down to make that sacrifice.
You know that the man aliens on the ship are like, guys, we could land, but they're gonna try to rape all the female ones. And
whoa, who said rape? God damn.
Because Jordan, they don't want to have sex with us.
You don't know that.
I
saw the new Star Trek movie.
Oh my god,
that green alien was all over Captain Kirk.
Holy
and I mean, who could blame her? He's a handsome man.
Is he a handsome man?
He's very charming.
You're a little gay right now. You're a little gay for Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk is the best. He's way better than Picard.
No, get the fuck out of here. No fucking
Kirk
way.
is always better than Picard.
No, Picard is the man. Do not fuck with Jean-Luc Picard. Do not. Patrick Stewart is a god.
He is a fuckface.
Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart might be an alien.
Patrick Stewart might be an alien.
He's been bald forever.
There's a couple of actors out there that might be aliens because they just don't age.
Who else might be an alien?
Keanu Reeves.
Morgan Freeman.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is not aged.
No, he's more than human, though.
I disagree. He's a national treasure. Nobody could be that good at acting and be human.
Why did you just say that?
Because
that was so
he's the
sad.
greatest actor of all time.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
I think you have him confused with someone like...
I feel like if Nicolas Cage played every character in any TV show, for example Game of Thrones, the show would be exponentially better.
Fuck no. Sean Bean should be every character because Sean Bean, to this day, is still the best cast actor on that show.
I just want Sean Bean to live in something, man. That's all I want.
Man, the show would have been so much better if they'd let him live for like one more season.
I was reading this thing that was saying like if the Game of Thrones characters had personal assistants, it would be resolved so much quickly. Eddard Stark just starts fucking going up to Cersei to like accuse her about the lineage of her kids and the personal assistants. Just like, are you fucking retarded? You're gonna go yell at the queen about possible incest? Like, what is gonna come from this? Pack up your family and go home, you moron. And you know what? They're not wrong.
They probably wouldn't be wrong.
Probably wouldn't be wrong. That's off topic though. Look, aliens probably exist. I think that's something we can all agree on.
Don't say probably. Aliens exist. Aliens exist. The universe is massive.
Until I have... You know, I'm a person, like, until I see it or can hold it in my hands, I don't believe it to be real.
You are not going to hold an alien in your hand.
I could hold my baby alien offspring with my alien wife.
Fine. Okay, fine. I'll let you... Fine.
Sweet. Do you want to be the god daddy?
The god daddy?
Godfather? God parent? God alien
well, I am a god.
No, you're not.
Actually,
Anyway, me and my alien family will bring on a peace between them. Oh my god, it would be like marrying.
You can't.
No, wait.
Oh my god.
It would be like marrying, like, you know how like back in the day, like the King of England would marry his daughter to like the Duke of France.
Yep.
To improve relations. I would mac with the alien lady queen to have an offspring to bring peace. I'm doing this for the world. You're welcome, planet Earth.
I'm pretty sure like they would want better specimens.
Excuse you.
What?
I'm a fine specimen. Okay? I'm very resilient, and I'm round. So, like, things bounce off of me easily.
What are you resilient to exactly?
Pain. I'm intelligent. I'm pretty funny. Don't fucking stab me to prove a point, alright?
Point proven.
No, not point. Fucking do it!
You
Do
were
it!
No, you were scared.
Do it! No balls! I'm kidding. Don't stab me. Because you won't stop!
Well, yeah, that's right.
So this has been the Monday episode of the Coffee Milk Hour.
So I want to talk more about aliens and like how like they were here before and they created the Egyptians and they shaped the world and they're just fucking with us. So that'll be another episode. And then I also want to talk about ghosts one day.
We really
I think ghosts would be really fun to talk about because they exist too. And if you don't believe that, then you're basically a Trump supporter. So
wow. Okay. What else do you guys like? All right. If you could have a discussion about anything, what would it be? That's what I want to know. Like, what would you want to hear us talk about?
That's a really vague question.
Well, we have opinions on everything, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not always a good thing.
Okay, so tell us what you want us to talk about.
Our next episode will be based on the layout of Windows 10 and whether or not it's user friendly.
Get the fuck out of here! What?
I mean, we have an opinion.
No, I'm not. No.
Shall we speak about it?
No, you're abusing what I said. That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
Fantastic. We will be back Wednesday. We will be back Friday. Next Monday is the 4th of July. We will not have an episode for the 4th of July.
Right.
That will be an off day for us.
Happy Independence Day, everybody!
And we're probably
Brexit.
We're probably gonna have a special guest Friday, but we're not sure yet. So we'll keep you guys posted and probably let you know by Wednesday.
Maybe
in any
we'll
case,
have 4 special guests.
Oh my god, that'd be so cool! We could have like a fucking special guest party and we could talk about things.
Panel.
Yeah, let's have a panel.
Give me some more panel.
As
Anthony Jeselnik would say.
We could panel jorts.
We can have a 1-hour episode with a panel of people.
Right, because a 1-hour episode on a Friday is acceptable.
This is something we should do. We need to go buy more microphones.
Agreed.
Are we getting paid Thursday?
Friday.
Microphones!
So we're going to go look into new equipment. This has been the Coffee Milk Hour. I'm Puffy.
I'm Puffy.
No, what? No.
What?
Stop it. You're going to give me an
Puffy.
existential crisis.
No, I have more hair than you right now, so I'm Puffy.
You have never been Puffy.
But now I am Puffy. You're Puffy.
I will fucking kill you.
Okay, Puffy.
Okay, bye.